What's up, guys? This is Intrinsic. I know I haven't made a video in a while, but I am back for 2019, my dudes. It's finally 2019, and we're here upon a new year, and I still have my really tacky red wall over there for you guys to look at and be amazed by. And the cringy nature of that red wall in contrast to my white wall right behind me. It's always something that I like to crop that out, because people always say, "Oh man, there's a red wall behind you. Did you notice that?" And I'm like, yes, I've lived here for what, like almost 3 years now. I think I've noticed, but I've just never bothered to get it repainted. But that's not the reason I'm making this video, my dudes. I'm making this video because I know that with 2019 coming, there's a lot of really mixed emotions among a lot of you guys. This year, or I guess last year last year has been really hard for a lot of people, myself included. Just a lot of things have happened, death. There's been, threats of like war and like crazy things happening around our country, and just like, I'm sure for a lot of you guys, life has just not been the greatest. And so I want this year, for myself, I'm trying to dedicate this year to kind of be a year of hope. Time and having it be a new year, we don't always have to make changes right at the new year. We can make changes all around the year, anytime. But I think the new year always makes us think about, if I had this thing, my life would be better. Or if I had this opportunity, or I landed this job, or I landed this sponsorship, maybe my life would be better. But I think a lot of us miss the big picture, right? I think that with all the things that I've been through, it's really just taught me that, like, even the small things we have in life are, truly blessings. Like the things that we have that we take for granted, right? Like hot water and a house to live in, and the fact that we don't have to worry about, like, we're gonna go outside and get shot, or something like that. And I know some of us do have to worry about that, because like I grew up in an area in Sacramento area where like there was violence and there was stuff that went on that was pretty sketch, that I, as a little kid, I had to worry about that stuff. And all my friends were fine, nothing ever happened, but there was always that like looming threat of like something could happen at any time. And I think that, like, going through stuff like that, right, and going through really difficult things, whether it be this year or last year, year before that, whatever, right, it really makes us think, right? Like, what things do I have that I take for granted that a lot of other people would kill to have? And I think that this year in 2019, I think this year should definitely be a year of hope, that our lives will come together, and even if things suck, even if things are really difficult, right, we'll still make it. We'll still be here for the next year. And I know this sounds sad, but a lot of people were lost in 2018. I had a close friend of mine who passed away. My grandmother passed away. Just like a lot of loss throughout this year, that really left me lost personally. I was doing really well with streaming with Mixer, and I was doing so well that I was like, all right, this is it. I'm gonna become a full-time streamer. I'm gonna be successful, and I'm gonna put content out there, and this is gonna be my year that I will make, my dream come true. And everything just hit the fan. My stream just started like not getting as many viewers, not as many donations. My family was really hurting financially, and I had to go get a job. There was no other way. I had to go get a job. I had to stream a lot less. My stream started doing really poorly, and then towards about halfway through the year, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll try Twitch out, because I've heard that there's a lot of good opportunity over there. And along with that, my community is still here. All of you guys are still here, but a lot of you guys over on Mixer, you know, for various reasons are busy and have a life, and you have stuff that you're dealing with, and so you can't always be there on the channel, which is totally fine. I understand that, but essentially what happened was I went from having this almost like dream life to where like my community bought me a PS4 and they bought me a Switch and they paid for my rent and they did all these like crazy amazing things that I could never imagine doing for someone. Like I would love to do that, but I don't have the money. Like I'm not well enough off yet to monetarily provide something like that for somebody. So when someone did that for me, I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like I don't have words right now. Like you guys may have seen when I hit 10,000 followers on Mixer, I got hundreds of dollars in donations. And I was blown away. I was like, holy crap, you guys are insane. I have no words. There's just nothing I can say to describe this, right? And everyone was saying, dude, that's crazy. That's awesome that you're doing so well. I'm really proud of you for following your dreams and for doing what you love and all this other stuff. And these people from junior high that used to bully me and used to treat me really poorly were hitting me up and they were like, dude, you're killing it. Like, I'm so proud of you. And like, you know, they were apologizing and saying like, oh, well, I'm so sorry for what I did to you. And, you know, like, you're actually a really good person. I've watched your content. You're doing awesome. And I really appreciate you. And I hope we can become friends in the future. And, you know, my family members that didn't agree with it were saying, you know, this is awesome. Like, this is a dream job. Like, all of us would kill to have something like this, right? And then everything just sort of toppled down. I basically couldn't stream anymore to provide for myself because I wasn't making enough. And so I went to go get a job. And then my stream kind of started dwindling from there. And I had a lot of streams where I was just by myself, or I had me and one other person, which is totally fine. I understand I have to restart going over on Twitch, but it was just a huge change for me, going from having very lively chats with hundreds of viewers and featuring on the Xbox dashboard and sponsors hitting me up and just all of that to something that's completely different. And I would say it really shook me up a lot. And then shortly after all of that happened, or just before, I think it was, yeah, it's just before I quit Mixer, my grandmother passed away, and she was one of the most kind, caring, generous people you could possibly ever meet. Part of the reason I am who I am today is because of her, and I don't say that lightly. I grew up as a kid, a lot of times, a few years actually, living with her, and she was very, very depressed. Like, she had a lot of stuff that she was dealing with, and you know, the loss of my grandfather and whatnot. When just a year after I was born, he passed away. And so she was very depressed, and like, I was also going through some stuff as a kid that was like, a lot of kids don't go through, and a lot of adults, for that matter, haven't gone through yet. And so she was instrumental. Like, she taught me, one thing that I would say she definitely taught me is, you know, realize how blessed you are for the things that you have, but also realize, you know, that one of the best things you can do in life is to help other people. Like, help other people, whether it be, you know, with money, or going down to the homeless shelter and helping people that, you know, don't have a home, or hanging out with that person that, like, you know, doesn't get many people talking to them. Like, doing something for other people and seeing a smile on their face is worth a lot more than a lot of the other worldly things that we can receive, like a nice car or a nice house or any of that kind of stuff. And she really taught me that. And so it was really hard to get over that kind of stuff. And then I went through like this just like phase 2 of where I was like, all right, well, I need something to make me happy, right? Because I'm going through a lot, so I need something to make me happy. So I'm gonna switch it up, switch to Twitch, and see if that maybe something new will bring that spark back, right? And so I did that, and it did for a while, but then it kind of started to die out again. And I was like really frustrated. I was like, what the heck, man? Like, I'm putting so much effort and so much time, and like I'm not sleeping very much and taking care of myself, and I'm still not doing very well. And so I got really frustrated with myself and with my life. I was like, and then I just went through like a lot of really hard relationships and breakups and stuff like that over the years that just kind of all added up. And then hearing about my friend, and it just made me really frustrated. I was like, what the heck, man? Like, it seems like the world is against me. Like, everything I do is just getting shot down, and it sucks, man. Like, it sucks. Like, it was not easy to go through, yet, you know, I was still helping people and trying to do what I could to encourage others. And even if my own stream wasn't successful, I was like, all right, well, I'll be happy if I can help my friends succeed. And that's always how I've been as a person. I always want to help everyone around me. Like, if I ever blow up somehow, everyone around me is gonna get some of that. Like, I'm not gonna be the guy who's like, oh yeah, well, I'm the shit now, so you better bow down to me, or, you know, or else. Like, I'm like, I'm not like that. So I want to help everyone around me as much as I can. And just all that stuff that happened throughout 2018 for me was very difficult, and I had a lot of friends who were going through a lot of difficult stuff themselves, and they were like, you know, where's the hope, right? And so I guess what I'm trying to say with this video is, in 2019, or just in general, like, whether it happens this year or not is not really important, but, you know, do what you can to encourage others, because even though I'm a really ridiculous, goofy guy who likes to help people out and who likes to do stuff to encourage other people and do what I can to make other people do well, you know, even after all that, I still have my own issues, and I still go through days where, you know, I'm not so sure what the whole point of it all is. I'm just like, well, life sucks and there's not really much going on for me. And just being honest with that, guys, like, I have some really hard days, and I know that I would appreciate if people, you know, would encourage me and tell me like, hey dude, like, you've encouraged me in this way and I hope you're doing well, and like, check up on me and stuff like that. So I can't imagine like how much someone that has it worse than I do would appreciate that. And so I want this not only to be like a year of hope, but I want it to be a year of generosity and a year of giving back and a year of, you know, doing what we can to help other people and to do what we can to encourage others, because, you know, you never know how much just a simple something like that could help people. And I talked about this in my last video where I said, you know, you never know how much just saying I appreciate you to somebody could help. You know, you could save somebody's life saying something like that. So, you know, with, you know, last year being really hard for some people and for a lot of people at that, I just want this year to be a year that we can help other people and to be a year of hope. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you did like the content, please make sure to hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button as well, and the little bell if you want to see when I upload videos, my dudes. And yeah, as well, if you do want to follow me on Twitter, it's N, like the letter N, and then thicc, and that's my name on literally everything. So if you guys want to follow me on there, I'll be trying to post progress pictures, because I did post a picture of myself. I turned into like a thick boy this year. I know I don't look like it because all the weight goes to my stomach, but I've turned into a major thick boy. So I'm gonna be posting progress of just like my mental health and like working out and trying to do better for myself and try to encourage you guys. And I'll also be working on more videos this year, trying to post more regularly and stream more regularly, and, you know, try to do what I can to encourage you guys, because that's the least I can do for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video, my dudes.